This is WaterparkRanger, where we're back with a new Let's Play, Luigi's Mansion for the Nintendo GameCube. Now, before we get into the actual game itself, there is something interesting that, well, I find it interesting that I'd like to point out. If you go into the options of the crazy old man in the corner, it says View a Pikmin movie at the very bottom. Now, because this is a launch title for the Nintendo GameCube, it was one of the very first games that came out for the system. So it had an ad for Pikmin, which came out 2 months later. So it's an interesting indication of kind of the time period when this came out. I say that because now this game is about a decade old. Anyway, the story is Mario and Luigi win a mansion in a contest they didn't even enter. And so Luigi agrees to meet Mario at the mansion, so he goes into the dark forest all by himself, looking for his mansion. Of course, nothing could go wrong. Except for the mansion is huge and creepy and apparently haunted. Blue fire is never a good sign. Oh, graves in front of the house. That's a good sign, too. Spiteful crows. Yay for Earthbound references. Earthbound is a pretty awesome game. And take a look at the designs on that door. Luigi, I think you are this year's lucky winner of the House of Satan prize. Yeah, you'll see this as the kind of game that was made with dark intentions. Not the super dark kind, but the kind that's dark enough to mildly traumatize little children. I mean, come on, we've always known for the longest time that Nintendo's had it out for the kids. I mean, just recently they publicly admitted that the Nintendo 3DS is specifically designed to damage the eye sockets of kids aged 6 and under. And onto things that actually have relevance, this is the foyer, the hub room of the mansion, and some of the basic controls. A is to make Luigi yell, Mario, which actually doesn't do anything. A is to examine objects, and also to open doors. And not only are the doors up here locked, but my A button has really been jamming up recently, so I gotta get that fixed somehow. That'll be a pain when skipping through dialogue boxes for sure. And B is to turn off the flashlight beam temporarily. And the key we need is hovering right there, conveniently enough. Another thing I just noticed, check out the clock right behind the ghost. You see how it's always like at 3 o'clock? I wonder if that ever changes, or if 3 o'clock has some kind of strange significance to the game. Though it probably doesn't, seeing as I usually look too deeply into things. And there's a close-up of the key in case you missed it before. And there's an even bigger close-up of the key, nice and shiny in case you missed it. Nintendo really wanted you to know where you could find that first key. They probably just wanted to avoid people calling, I couldn't get into the next room. You gotta get me a game, Genie. And this is the key door opening cutscene. And it's the same all the other times, so we're just gonna skip it all the other times it pops up. But I'm gonna let you watch this next cutscene uninterrupted. Alright, I'm not gonna interrupt this next cutscene. Ouch. Oof. I sure take a lot of knocks in this line of work. I'm getting too old for this ghost-catching tomfoolery. Anyway, nice to meet you. I'm Professor E. Gadd. This house. I swear it seems to have more ghosts every day. What's a young feller like you doing around here, anywho? Anywho, very interesting word there. Not commonly used in speech today. Uh-oh, this looks ugly. Alright, youngster, look lively. Follow me, post-haste. So, your name's Luigi. I think our paths were destined to cross. Well met, Luigi. Where's this, you ask? Why, these cozy quarters are where I do my ghost studying. Professor E. Gadd's Ghost Research Laboratory. The lab, if you're of a shortening mind. Which I am not. You won this mansion in a contest you didn't even enter? Sounds pretty fishy to me. So, you believe the mansion actually exists, then? Strange. I've been living here since I was a lad of 20 or so. And my A button jammed for a second. And I'll tell you, that mansion appeared just a few days ago. The spirits have fooled you. Oh no, I'm the fool. I don't know if it's a dream, An illusion or what all, but I surely wouldn't be too happy winning a haunted house. Now that I get a look at you, I just recalled. A guy with a red hat, kind of like yours, went up to the mansion without even stopping to chat, and he never returned. Was he a dream too? What? That guy was your brother? Oh no, that's horrible. You wouldn't stand a chance against those ghosts without my A button that constantly jams up. Help! You have to go after him. Fortunately, it's not used that much during common gameplay. Here's the plan. I'll teach you to deal with ghosts, so you can, come on, rescue your brother, Luigi. That's so annoying. I've only got one GameCube controller, and the A button is probably the most faulty right now, so I'm trying to get it fixed. That's the vacuum cleaner I engineered to catch ghosts. I call it, this is genius, the Poltergust 3000. Get it? Poltergust. It can suck up all kinds of things. Let her rip, like a Beyblade. Use the R button to vacuum, and the C stick to change direction. So that's shown here. Hold R and move it around with C to change where the end will point. No matter how strong you think your brother is, ghosts are mysterious beings. They can't be caught using conventional means. So you'd better use this. It's the only way to foil them. This is the only thing they fear. Or something to that effect. Ahem. Well, how's about we start your training? Ghosts seem to like darkness, and they avoid the light. So if you hit them with a flashing beam all of a sudden, you can stun them momentarily. Then it's vacuuming time. When you see your chance, hold down the R button and tilt the control stick in the opposite direction. Now give it a try. You'll learn more that way than just listening to me yap about it. So hold it, let go of the light, and then vacuum while holding the control stick. Remember, as soon as you see a ghost heart, that's your chance to vacuum him up. While vacuuming, tilt the control stick in the opposite direction of the to bring him in. So get close, stun him, R, and control stick in the opposite direction. When that surprised ghost's heart appears, vacuum it with the R button and the control stick. He's just telling us the same thing over and over. I think we already understand. Oh, 2 ghosts this time. If I had known, I would have tried to catch them both at the same time. Yeah, he's just telling stuff we already know. So I'll just instead mention that it's kind of awesome how he's dancing in time with the music. People usually like the training music for this game. Can't blame them. You have to get close as you can before flashing the light. Surprise them with the light when they get close. Pow, pow. The more, the better. Got it? And also the number of ghosts that appears in training is randomly generated. Because I tried recording this earlier, and due to an error, a lot of it was lost, so I'm having to do it again. And there were less ghosts than there are appearing now. Hey kids, shake up. You can't go looking for your brother the way you're carrying on. I've caught every ghost so far. What are you talking about? There, here they come. Okay, and the last one, all of them arrive. And because this is training, they can't hurt you. They'll just, like, yell at you. So get them all in one place and shine the beam of light. There! Then bring them all in at once. Catching ghosts means using the flashlight and the Poltergust 3000 as a team. You get me, young feller? That'll do. Well, how many did you get? Wow, 11 ghosts. I am plumb astounded, Luigi. I'd say you're ready to go look for your brother now. Fine. Looks like you worked up quite a sweat there. How about a little cool down in the gallery? I'm quite proud of it, you know. Go to the gallery. Off we go. So this is the gallery. We're not going to be arriving here again. I'm just going to tell you what it does. All those blank frames on the wall that you're seeing there, those are going to hold special ghosts that we're going to find along the way, and they're going to be listed in those paintings. Oh, what's this? This would sure fetch a pretty penny. So this is that I just used to scan as a Gameboy Horror. It's a pun on the Game Boy Color. It's a device that Gadd gave us that can scan objects for information. And it does other stuff too, but that'll be revealed later. So I'm tapping that object to examine it, as you can see. And then we'll scan it for information as well. It's a statue. A very tall angel statue by the looks of it. Well, so it would seem. And I'll try scanning Gadd for practice as well. Way to go, genius. Do you have the hang of that thing yet? Wonder who said that. Are you done appreciating art for today, Luigi? Where am I? This is the gallery. This is where I hang all my paintings. Ghost paintings, that is. When I was young, I designed a machine to turn ghosts into paintings, and I traveled the world collecting them. Oh, it was glamorous, I tell you. Well then, now I have to tell you a horrifying story. The last ghost I caught was number 22, Boolossus, but there are lots of Boos, and King Boo rallied them all to take revenge upon me. They used my machine to free Boolossus from the painting. Then they went and turned all my other portraits back, which explains all the blank frames here, into ghosts too. As if that weren't enough, they built a mansion in front of my lab in the space of a single night, and then they all hid inside. If I told anybody else this stuff, they'd probably have me committed. I'd have you committed. I'm sure my portrait ghosts are somewhere inside the mansion. I just have to get him back. All in due time. What's a GB horror? I designed the Gameboy horror as a communications terminal. It has all sorts of functions. For example, you can press the Z button to see a list of the items you've picked up. Give it a try after you get some coins. Of course, you'll also be able to see portrait ghosts there once you capture some. You can also use the Y button to display a map of the mansion. The display will color the rooms as you visit them. Check the map if you ever get lost. Got all that, Sonny? Oh yeah. I guess that's Luigi's way of saying yes. Maybe he's saying oh yeah? Alright, with all the training stuff out of the way, it's time that we went to the actual mansion. Alright, as long as this cutscene is playing, I've just got to ask one question. There are a lot of dialogue boxes in this game as you've seen so far, so please leave a comment for whether or not you want me to continue reading them like I've been doing all this episode. Because I know maybe some people might find it tedious or something, and I can easily change it so that we don't do that. So please leave a comment, one way or another. So we're searching Toad here. You know, I never noticed how lovely those red polka dots look on top. Very interesting observation. Hoo hoo hoo, where did you go, Mario? Wah, wah. Huh, Luigi? What? Wow, it's Luigi. You finally made it. Oh, joy. Thank goodness. Me? Well, Princess Peach asked me to come here to look for Mario. He left when he heard that you'd won a... Oh, it's the stupid A button. A mansion, of course, and he never returned. Then when I arrived here, the mansion was full of ghosts. And I didn't see Mario anywhere. And I kind of freaked out a little. And I didn't know what to do. It's been awful. Please, 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 you have to help me find Mario. If he doesn't get back, you have no idea how upset the princess will be. She'll flip. Leave it to me. Yay, thanks Luigi. You made my dark and stormy night. I always love that line. I wish I could do something to help you. Wait, I've got it. At least let me do this. So Toad lets us save. And so anytime you ever need to save in this game, just go and talk to Toad. Yes, we'll talk to you for help anytime. And also, do not ever walk underneath the chandelier. It will try to kill you. Until you've cleared the current area, it will always do that. So it's a very obvious trap, so avoid it. There are not many traps like that in this game, so it is rather random. And as you can see, coins are now stored on our Game Boy Horror. So next episode, we are going to catch some ghosts, and please respond about whether or not I should read all those text boxes. See you then.